All right, so we're going to start with 1.1 awareness cycle. Create your first FLE artifact, which is going to be the self talk log. The most powerful conversation you will ever have is with yourself. You decide what you do and what you believe with your daily self talk. Your self talk shapes your perceptions, what you think is possible, and your behavior. Dr. Ralph Adolphs says that neuroscience indicates that primal functions, such as anxiety or fear, can be decoupled from external stimuli or even punishment or reward if given a proper habit structure. Almost half of our action during working hours is based on non conscious choices. And there, circled in the diagram, is the actual amygdala where fear is processed in our brain. Frictionless Enterprise links our internal choices with feedback loops from our team, company, and our industry so that we have better habit constructs and we can actually overcome anxiety or fear every day. Human beings have three primal instincts. They really have deep connectivity in our neural pathways, and those are fear, hunger and thirst, and our reproductive drive. Individual fear can scale so rapidly and become organizational fear. Human beings have scaled fear habitually to survive for millennia. Let's ask ourselves a question. Do the fears that we scale always lead to our best interest? What else can we scale? Can we scale hope, psychological safety, calm? Can we scale adoration? Our primal instincts run on deep neural pathways inside of our brains. In other words, we can't escape our instincts. So we must have a habit construct that allows us and enables us to overcome it. We unconsciously and continually process the world with the neural network firing neurochemicals in our brain. Our conscious talk to ourselves follows these neural pathways and creates a self-reinforcing loop of self-talk and behavior. We're going to create our first self-talk log. Healthy self-talk reinforces psychological safety, hope, possibility, and encouragement. Unhealthy self-talk reinforces anxiety, fear, hopelessness, despair, impossibility, or discouragement. Our first self-talk log is going to be, what did you think about? What did you think about? And potentially even what are you thinking about right now as you take this course that is either healthy or unhealthy? And again, we recommend that you capture this artifact in your Miro board or your digital whiteboard, or you can print it if you would prefer. Go ahead and take a moment. Capture your self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? What have you said to yourself just in the last 24, maybe 48 hours about approaching Frictionless Enterprise or approaching the work that you do every day? Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Let's just think about it and let's capture it. And let's capture at least 7 dimensions or 7 items for healthy and at least 7 dimensions or 7 items for unhealthy, please. All right. Now we're going to create a value web. A value web is actually going to be where we're going to take a picture. We're going to take the shot of the healthy the healthy self-talk that you captured, and the unhealthy self-talk, and we're going to draw some lines to and describe the relationships that you associate in your mind with those unhealthy thoughts or with those healthy thoughts. Every frictionless enterprise artifact is cumulative and continuous. It's called a cycle for that reason. It builds on it builds on itself, and it's ongoing. It's continuous. You create, update, reuse, and enhance every cadence. All right, this is an example of a self-talk log. Some healthy thoughts are, I've made my best effort, to attend Frictionless Enterprise. I am able to pass this Frictionless Enterprise quiz that is coming up and that has already, that I can anticipate. I might be able to get the pair video right on the first attempt. I could be a better learner if I clear my desk and my office of distractions. Some things that are unhealthy, I cannot do these pair videos. They're just way too difficult. I'm just way too shy to share something that I'm so new to with someone else. I should not be required to do a pair video for some digital training. I just don't feel comfortable with that. It is highly unlikely that someone who I pair with is actually going to pay attention to what I say, or much less care or understand. These are some examples of unhealthy self-talk. If we were to draw the value web, relationships could potentially be consumers. The actual consumers of what it is that I create every day might be influenced by what it is that I am learning here as a Frictionless Enterprise transformer. They might appreciate the transparency that it's going to be increased by me doing this program. Potentially, my peers, could actually want to collaborate with me. If one of them is a pair, they actually might enjoy just the pairing and get inspired to learn a bit more themselves. Some unhealthy thoughts. Oh, my boss. Even no matter what I learn as a FLET, my boss won't let me actually implement it because they are insecure in their position and therefore just are more controlling, potentially, or suppressing of my creativity. Or maybe it's my colleagues. My colleagues think it's just impossible to change our company's culture. And so they just want to control what it is that I learn and I communicate. So it's just it's not going to work out for us. Let's do some reading. The Power of Habit, Good Habits by Dr. Wendy Wood, Good Habits, Bad Habits by Dr. Wendy Wood, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and Making Habits, Breaking Habits by Jeremy Dean. All really good reads. Make sure that you map your self-talk to your value web. We're going to also, in another exercise, actually flatten our value web along an awareness roadmap so you can actually see how this plays out over time. It is fascinating. And we want to remember as we enter into our learn and unlearn awareness cycle that we want to scale psychological safety, not scale fear. The pathways are our pathways, our colleagues' pathways, our peers' pathways, our supervisors' pathways are flooded every day with fear and or a reason to be afraid. So let's scale the healthy thoughts of psychological safety as that new habit construct so that we can turn our enemies into champions. We can turn our fears into a habit, into an item that we can actually overcome with a more healthy habit construct.